Hello, what's up YouTube photographer running sweat and actually in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you an easy of how you can easily steal skin tones or how you can easily copy color grading from one image to another. So this is what we're going to be learning about in this tutorial, and if at all this is what you have always wanted to do in Photoshop, this is a tutorial for you. And I request that you hit the like button, because when you hit the like button it also helps you to push and recommend this video to many people out there. So I would request that you hit the like button on this video. Then let's proceed with this very tutorial. So this is the image you're going to be working on, the one on the left hand side, and this is going to be our reference image, and we're going to transform this image to looking like this very image right here. So let's just come and get our image. So the image we're going to be copying color grading from is taken by the Sunmi Photography, and I'm going to link his Instagram in the description of this very video, and you can see the before and after for the color grading process. So I'll delete the color grading and also delete this. So this is the photo that we want to apply the color grading on. So in order to color grade this very image, we want to drag in and drop the image over our image that we want to color grade. So I'm just going to come to my finder right here, and I'll just come and drag in my image into Photoshop. So I'll just drag it and place it over the image I want to color grade. So this is what I have, and I'll just drag it towards the side a little bit and increase the size and simply press enter on the keyboard. So having both images on the same interface is going to help you copy and paste color grading straight away. So I'm just going to come to the background layer, and want to create a curves adjustment layer in between the image from which one copy the color grading from and the image that we want color grade. So I'm just going to come to adjustments down here, and we're going to come and select the curves adjustment layer. So this is the most important emphasis or point for this very tutorial. So after creating a curves adjustment layer, make sure it is between the image you want color grade, that is the background layer, and also it is between the image from which you want copy the color grading. So after you have ensured that, just come to this curves icon. Don't choose the layer mask. Make sure that the curves icon is selected. So after selecting it, simply come. You can see that we have these three eyedropper tools, and with these three eyedropper tools we have the highlights, the midtones, and the shadows. So that is how these are basically going to be working on this very image. So after we have done this, we're just going to come and simply double click. So in order to color grade, we're just going to double click on this highlight eyedropper, and as soon as you double click on it, it is going to open up the color picker tool in Photoshop. So after double clicking on it, we're just going to come to the image from which we want to copy the color grading from, and we are basically going to zoom in by pressing Ctrl or Command plus and pressing or holding down the space bar key on the keyboard, and we're just going to sample the brightest area within the image. So simply left click on that area that has that highlight from the image you want to copy the color grading from, and you can see that this is going to choose a color that falls within the range of that highlighted area, and we're just going to come and simply click on OK. And when it brings up this pop-up window, just simply click on no, because we don't want it to save it as a default, and simply zoom out. So we have been copying the highlight color from the image you want copy color grading from, so we want to apply the same color onto the image that we want color grade in this very tutorial. So just going to come and simply left click on the image that we want to color grade. So this is okay, and we're now going to come to our midtones and simply double click on this middle eyedropper tool, and we're going to zoom in and we look for an area that has midtones right here, and I'm just going to come and simply left click, and it's going to copy that color, and I'm just going to come and simply hit on OK and simply press or click on no. So I just come and simply choose an area that has midtones, and I'm just going to click on that area. So you can choose, you can keep on switching until when you feel like it has chosen the right color for you. So I'm just going to choose a color that falls within the midtones in this case. So I think this looks okay. I'll just choose another color. So I'll just keep on sampling colors until when I see that it is close to the midtones or the colors that fall within the midtones. So this is okay and it looks close. It is very, very close. So I'm just going to keep on sampling until when I feel like I'm getting a color that is close. So this is okay and I'm just going to close, or before I even close this, I want that this image to have a little bit more of the contrast, because the image from which you are copying the color grading from is a little bit more contrasty. I'm just going to come to the shadow area and I'll just make it a little bit darker by moving the black slider forward. So at around 13, that looks okay. And now I'm not going to do anything on the shadow area because usually sampling from the highlights and the midtones is going to get the job done. So I'll only use these two eyedropper tools. But when it doesn't apply or doesn't give you the right effect, after using the tool, you can opt for sampling also the dark areas within the image. So this is what we have right now, and I want to show you a quick before and after. So this is the image before and after, before, after. Just look at how close the colors are in this case. Then also, when you feel like the effect is affecting the overall image, you can just come and turn this off. When you feel like it's also affecting the background or even the eyes in this case, or any other parts of the image, just come to the layer mask icon and simply press Ctrl or Command I, and that is going to hide or invert the effect. And simply come under the brushes, right click and get the brush tool, and make sure it is a soft round brush tool, and opacity in the flat 100%. Make sure you have white as the foreground color. If at all you have any other colors, you can reset by clicking on these two tiny squares. So you can switch between black and red by using X on the keyboard. So make sure white is on top, and with the brush tool selected, we're just going to paint on only and only the skin area. Remember, in Photoshop, white is going to reveal and black is going to hide. So I'm just going to be painting, and make sure the flow and opacity is at 100%. So just come and paint on only the skin area and not the background. So I'm just going to paint on only the skin area. So I'll just do a quick rough job right here. So this looks okay, and now you can see that we have color graded the skin and we have not affected the background. So this is the before after, and this is the reference image. You can see how close the colors are when it comes to a skin tone. So this is how you can copy color grading from one image to another, or you can as well come and simply delete the reference image or the image from which you copied the color grading. So this is how to copy color grading from one image to another in Photoshop. And this is it for today's tutorial. And if at all you have this, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe this channel. If at all you are watching and you're not subscribed yet to this channel, Ronix from Ronix Photography, thank you for watching, and see you in yet more amazing tutorials. And don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.